before changing the $300. So that there's some data taken from me. I can't be doing that every hour. They will suspect me of something, isn't it? But if you have a situation where you just put the money down and you collect your cedis and go, then I can come 20 times a day and nothing will happen to me. So we decided that Bank of Ghana, the Minister of Interior, should get down now and tackle this problem headlong, because it is illegal. And that's why you are describing as black market, and I agree with you. I think perhaps by the end of the month, we shall all hear the results. But it's a security program. It's not a central bank program. But the central bank has its rules on how to exchange money to the forest bureau. But there are people who are not even Ghanaians changing this money openly on the market. And it is the police who should arrest them, because it is illegal. So we have to, I think we're working on it. The police who should do it. The governor cannot make arrest. The other person was on. Yes, that's a very tricky question. It is tricky because when do you determine the fees? The fees will be determined when the goods have arrived in Ghana, isn't it? And assessed. I don't understand what you mean by who can pay the fee here. Because first of all, we must determine how much is to be paid. Am I right? I mean, if you don't determine how much to be paid, what do you pay? So the question is that the point of determination is when the goods have arrived and values attached and relevant rules applied in terms of taxes. And we have recently slashed the tax by 50%. But when that amount is determined is when payment is expected to be made. And then you want that at that point, we ask you to pay the money in New York or in Washington? Online. Why not? Why not? I mean, transfer, these days they are paying money through money transfer through mobile, whatever. Yes, that can be done. But it's part of the digitization of the economy. Because we are now trying to digitize the economy. So I think this is something which is a question of arrangements. If you put the relevant structures in place, it can be done. But you can only pay it when the amount has been determined. That's the point I want to make. It's not like you pay it in advance. What are you going to pay in advance? You can only pay when the exact amount has been determined at the point of arrival. Yes.
Thank you very much. So at this point, I'll do two ladies because the first time, I'll come back. We have a lot of questions you can ask. Please be patient. So let's do the first two ladies here and then one gentleman. Well, the two ladies come first.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Irene, and my question is for the Minister of Planning. How can millennials in diaspora get involved? You're encouraging us to come back and get involved while we're young and vibrant. And so what are some specific ways that we can get involved in the planning, the development sector, whether it's not necessarily to come and solve the problem, but also just to shadow or just be able to learn what's going on so that we can bring our resources from here, there, and bridge those gaps. What are some of the specific ways that we can do that?
Catherine and her contributions to Ghana. And we've also talked about many of us in the diaspora coming back or going back to Ghana. But the truth is many of us have been contributing to Ghana in many ways, using our own time, our own resources, our own money. So in the spirit of leveraging all the resources, what are the plans in place to utilize us as the resource that we are and all that we are giving to Ghana, even though we don't live in Ghana? Now my field is the healthcare sector. in keeping with Ghana first, and I believe in that, and that's why I spend my time and my money and my resources volunteering in Ghana and teaching in the medical school. So I'm going to ask a controversial question. Which of us would go to Ghana first for our health care? And if not, what are we doing about that to make Ghana first in health care?
Good evening, wonderful gentlemen. My name is Afia Owusu-Mofie. I am a data scientist, and I guess a lot of you talked, as you were talking, you cited, relying on data. I would like to know, databases, how much of that is a priority, and how is your government going to invest in databases? For example, I know there's a database that tracks, the youth for their national service program. And the last time I talked with other colleagues in Ghana, they did mention that there wasn't actually a database that tracked them post, their postings to know the employment rate or whether they are doing well or whether they are branching into entrepreneurships. And so that would be my question. Thank you.
You've asked 3 questions. I don't know if that's okay for now, or you can take a few more before you answer.
Good evening. My name is Irene Osai, a businesswoman / social worker. So my question is, it looks like for the first time, you guys have put in a much needed foundation for Ghana and the financial sector. I want to know, how do you assess the outcome? And how does that translate to an average Ghanaian?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Solomon Owusu from Denver, Colorado. I'm here because of Galamsey. We have these Chinese guys degrading our environment and polluting our water bodies left, right, center. I like this written here, Ghana first. I'm a mining engineer, and I know that these Chinese guys have identified opportunities in the country. And then when they work, our laws don't allow foreigners to engage in small-scale mining, only large-scale. Why do we have Chinese guys mining under small-scale mining license and also degrading our environment, and when they are arrested, they just repatriate them without putting them to jail? Can any of us go to China and degrade the environment without any punishment? No. So now, Aisha 1, this question goes to the senior minister who is supposed to superintend all the activities of the other ministers, and also to the Minister for Planning and Evaluation. Why did you repatriate Aisha 1 without prosecuting her or enforcing her to restore the degraded lands and the polluted water bodies? Thank you.
If you know where the senior minister comes from, then you know that I'm saying in the South Galamsey. Anybody from Oda, Akotia area, that's the home of the original Galamsey. So me, it's not that people telling me about Galamsey, but I know it from childhood. It is the courage of a Kufado that banned Galamsey in the country. Before then, Galamsey was going on all over the country. We came and we discovered that people are mining everywhere, including forest reserves. Yes. So the best forest reserves in Ghana were being degraded by people. Now ask the simple question: who brought the Chinese to Ghana? And who is the Chinese working for? The Ghanaians do this and do that. The Chinese themselves cannot just come, enter a particular forest and start mining. They are doing so on behalf of some Ghanaians. Am I right? Who are the Ghanaians? Yes, we are the Ghanaians. And therefore, the immediate problem rests, first of all, on the door of us, Ghanaians. Galamsey is bad. And we had carried, it has foreign exchange and everything, we had carried to stop it until we have put certain rules and regulations in place. For instance, most of the 3 main rivers in the country, Brim, Pra, and Ankobra, which are sources of our waterways department, the sources of our drinking water, was completely covered with activities, to the extent that we were spending about 4 times the same amount of money to do the purification of these rivers, because they have been badly handled by Galamsey. So as a government, we look at it from many angles, including the cost of drinking water to the average Ghanaian. People didn't see our problem. It was so expensive now running Ghana Water and Sewage Corporation because of the polluted water and the fact that we must purify that water to a level that becomes potable. And that calls for investment and money, which we didn't have. So we panicked. Now, we did so and put certain rules and regulations in place. As I speak, last week, you might have read, we have banned the importation of excavators into Ghana. You think we did so with joy? Excavator is an equipment for construction as well. It's not really used for what I'm saying. But we took statistics of the number of excavators we have in Ghana, the number we need for the construction industry, and found out that we have exceeded the limit by over 500%. And therefore, most of those coming in are not coming in for road construction. They are coming in for other activities. So we have legally now banned. So we are determined to stop it. Now you cannot operate mining 300 yards on the other side of any river in Ghana. It's an offense.
But they are still mining the water bodies.
Then it should be accepted. You cannot mine also on the riverbed. People have to set the rules and regulations. Somebody has to enforce it. I'm here. Somebody else is enforcing them. So we must all be very clear in our mind. There's division of labor. There is what? Division of what? Labor. People have to enforce, but somebody must come up with the guidelines, with the policy, with what constitutes an offense. The government has done that. So if anybody must be arrested and prosecuted.
But Asharah was left to go free without prosecution.
Now, it's good you brought that point up. And man, running a country goes beyond Galamsey. There are so many other matters which come to the fore which you don't understand. Like I'm telling you today, which you don't understand. If a Ghanaian is arrested here, sometimes negotiations can take place between the Ghana government and the other government for whatever reasons you may not know. And there are all kinds of things which go on. Ghana has a very good relationship with China. Today, the main company that is helping to develop the infrastructure system in Ghana is Sino Hydro. It's a Chinese company. The one that is going to help process our bauxite and provide about $2 billion to us. So when there are these kind of arrangements, there are other things behind the scenes. Putting that lady in jail in Ghana is not going to solve your economic problems. It's not going to make you happy or me happy. That's not important. The most important thing that is being deported out of Ghana. So we must say something. I'm saying that there are many other things beyond what you see in these matters. And everybody is wide awake. The most important thing is that we have planned this, we have established regulations, and we are protecting our environment. To me, that is far more important than one Chinese woman who has been deported out of Ghana. The next one is about databases. We have special departments, extra service, who are responsible for compiling data for our use. All the percentages we are giving you, we didn't work them out of our office. They are being worked by other specialized offices in the country who are handling the data for us. And therefore, we leave those data details to these officers, which are specialists. If we have any problem, we pass it on to them. But so far, our data officers have done an excellent job. The Ghana Statistical Service is one of the best in the ECOWAS, and they have been acclaimed as such. So I think generally we have our statistics right, and we are improving them from time to time. Now the healthcare, I mean, we are very grateful about your question. Healthcare is key, and whatever we can do to improve on healthcare, so that our first choice of healthcare will be facilities in Ghana. And I believe that we are working very hard to improve on this healthcare. Today at the World Bank yesterday, Ghana was asked, and I was specifically asked, to talk about the National Health Insurance Scheme of Ghana. It's the first of its type in Africa. The only one who has followed is Kenya and Ethiopia. Having a universal health coverage of healthcare, the first time is Ghana. Now it's running into difficulties because of the way certain things were handled. Healthcare is important. Good health is good wealth. And whatever we can do to help, we must do it. We really appreciate the quality of healthcare you have here, and those of you here who also have the know-how. And Madam, I'm very impressed about your involvement in teaching at our medical school and assisting. Continue. Whatever ideas you have to assist us improve on our system, do so. You can put some of them to us even in memorandum, so that we can use it to improve on what exists. And I'm telling you that we are very keen about providing first-class medical care. Legon has put up the Legon Medical Center, and it is going to be super first class. It's going to be a spot of excellence to even provide what we believe to be medical export, tourism, medical tourism. The first part of it will be in operation by 1st July. It was put up by an Israeli company. It's really first class. And therefore, we are looking at medical care at the tertiary level to make sure that people look at Ghana first when they are looking for medical care. Because people have money, they can afford it, the facilities must be available for people to access it. And we are trying to do this at the tertiary level, and Legon is taking the lead. It's going to be a super colleague from that angle.
Yeah, thank you so very much for your questions. I think some of them are very interesting. In the time, just let me assure you that, the senior minister talked about Ghana Statistical Services. Traditionally, Statistical Services uses census data to do its analysis. But what we've realized is that, administrative data is very critical, and therefore we are working very hard to ensure that administrative data is made available. That is where you can get the information that you are referring to very quickly. That is where you can get the information between census periods, because censuses are actually conducted 10 years in 10-year intervals, and therefore you may not have accurate data. We are using a lot of innovative ways of trying to capture data using satellite imaging and all those kind of things. So we are trying also even to use data on phones to really pick up some of these things. But you see there is an issue of privacy, and that is what we are trying to do to get into Parliament to enable us to have a law that will actually cover us in terms of the privacy. So we are working hard in trying to make sure that